Hey everyone, welcome to Saving Vegas. Today I got some AT12s sitting on the workbench here. I had a friend of mine ask if I could help a buddy his out and refoam the speakers for him. He apparently had already bought foam and gave it a shot himself, watched a few videos, and the first one just didn't turn out, so he just kind of put his hands up and said, no, I'm going to get somebody else to do them. He had refoamed this one already. I already redid this one. This one's good to go. I did the refoam, shimming the voice coil, so it's got a new dust cap. But it had, after he was done foaming it, it had some serious coil rub, so it wasn't anywhere close to centered. So fortunately for his case, he didn't do too bad of a job. It just wasn't centered quite right. So I was still able to redo it and have it look good. I also noticed another issue with the other one when I went to go do the foam on that one. I wasn't originally going to do like a refoam video. That wasn't my intention. I was just going to fix these up for him and help a guy out. But I noticed something a little different with this one. So when you get foam that's in this bad a shape and is completely orange, when it should be closer to, reddish, pinkish, whatever you want to call it, Vega red, sure. When it's this far past, you're going to notice that it's, you push that cone in and out, there's not a lot of resistance there because a lot of the resistance is also coming from the foam surround as well as the spider, which is what this one's like because you can see from the color, this one is past due for a refoam. I don't know. I don't know what's actually going on in there. Maybe it's going to need a new spider, but I'll show you guys what I mean. Well, first of all, I'm going to show you. So the only other speaker or woofer that I have here right now that needs a foam are from my D3s. And yes, the foams are, they're shot. That's how easy they fall apart. And when you push the cone in and out, there's still quite a bit of firmness there to it, even though the foam is completely gone. So when I push this all the way down, that woofer comes back almost instantly still. This one's a little different. So the difference with this one, I noticed it right away just pushing on it, it felt weird. So see if I can get it to do it on camera. Just watch the cone. When I push it all the way down, you see that? It came out, stopped, and then came out the rest of the way. See if I can do it again. Yeah. I don't think that's good. I don't know what's going on there. There's no coil rub. That sound you're hearing there isn't the rub. It's actually the foam has all completely been separated from here. So when you push it in, that's the sound of the foam. Just kind of folding, but there it did it again. Oop. Yeah, it's not springing back very nicely. So I'm kind of interested to pull that woofer out and start disassembling it and see what it looks like inside, I guess, and go from there. They might potentially need a little further work other than just foam, but we'll see what it looks like. Well, now that I got that woofer out of the cabinet, I found something else, which I've seen more often than not, actually. I've had some unwanted creatures making this their home. A little bit of cleanup to do in the process. It doesn't look like any of the wires or anything have been chewed or nothing, so it doesn't seem too bad, but I'll have to clean that up first before it gets reinstalled. So now that I took both of these out of the cabinet because I thought, after what I seen this one looks like, I thought, I better take a look at this one again. I should have originally looked at that first, I suppose. But if you look at, so here, this is that same 10-inch out of my D3. And if you look inside, get it to focus here. And you can see how this spider is it should be level. Nice and flat from this edge to the edge that hits the cone. It should be flat. Not flat, it's supposed to be ribbed, but the top of every rib should be the same height. And it moves like so. This guy, I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, almost like you can just feel it. I'm just feeling with my finger how much it's pretty loose. Get my camera in here. This has still got some firmness to it, so when I press on the top, press down on the top of the ridge of the spider, it holds its shape. For this one, get my finger in here. I press down on the top of the rib and it is just loose. I don't know if kind of hard to get in there for you guys to see, but so like I said, I don't know the history on these. I don't know, but my guess is these have had some serious play time on them. So I'm gonna have to contact him and see what he wants to do, because this one's already done. It plays fine, but that will affect. It is going to affect the sound. Anything that's going to add resistance or take away resistance from the cone moving in and out is going to have an effect on its frequency output. So now that I got it out, I can really show you guys what's going on in here on this one, because I think this one's worse than the other. So when I push down, it stays down there, and then when it's sitting in its resting position, and if you can look, so from this, the outer rib to the one closest to the cone, you've actually got a upwards shape to it. So it's actually at resting point, this cone is actually sitting further out than it should. And then that's, in my best knowledge, is because this spider is wore right out and those ribs are actually starting to flatten a bit. So it's kind of fighting itself. So that's resting position, and I push down and then it sits the other way. Get it to pop back up here. There we go. So if these were mine, I would definitely be pulling this apart and putting new spiders in. Whether that's what he's going to want to do or not. And that's probably why he had a hard time doing the foam without shimming them. Because you always get that side to side motion once your foam is rotten like this. Like it's gone. Like that's. So you're always going to have that side to side motion, but because there's no actual, it doesn't bounce back. As soon as you push it down, it stays down, and you actually have to lift it up. I don't want to recone them because there's nothing wrong with the cone other than being a little dirty and faded, which is ain't gonna do nothing for the sound. And I like to keep things original. You're pretty much gonna do, it's not a recone, but I am gonna have to pull the cone out. I'll have to pull the solder off of the terminal, and then I'll have to cut the spider, and then hopefully, without damaging anything, get it detached from the voice coil. So I don't know. Well, see what he has to say about it. Okay, well, after I watched the first couple clips when I was editing, I made the decision that the spiders definitely need to be changed. They are definitely stretched out. So whether I can do that without having to recone completely, I want to keep the original cone. I'm not sure how hard it's going to be to get that spider off of the voice coil, but we're going to find out. Unless I'm going to talk to the original owner tomorrow, unless he just wants me to throw the foam on him and he wants to run him like that. But I personally, my choice would be to change that spider out, because it is definitely been stretched and would sound much better with a new one. So like always, Serwin Vega, big or small, save them all.